Well, I was coming in the flight today to Bangalore. I was sitting next to a lady and we just struck a conversation. She said, Deepak, I'm working, 2.5 साल का बच्चा है उसका. उसको 4 insurance policies already है. So I said, why do you take 4 insurance policies? So what happens when you go to a bank? The first thing they try to sell you is insurance. Am I right? Am I wrong? Why do they sell you insurance? It's because that's the highest commission making product.
What are the usual salaries of RM and what kind of commissions they make?
तनख्वाहें बहुत बड़ी होती है because in private banking the monies are big and it could be even crossing 7 figures. You have to at least cross 2x or 3x of your target. So what do you end up doing? You also end up selling sometimes. हर time advice नहीं होता client को ना फिर.
What kind of questions I should ask as a retailer to those people who are advising me so that I am not missold?
But unfortunately, what happens? It's because of lack of financial acumen, knowledge. People end up buying what is told to them.
Now let's say if someone is running for like maybe 1 year or 2 year and it's like a 20-year policy. Question that I've seen from a lot of people is, should I continue? Because for 2 years I've put money. Your experience of handling two types of clients, because you handle retail clients and you are handling HNI clients. What exactly the difference in their mindset, the way they approach their money?
So they always believe in having liquid money with them because that always can be deployed at the right time. एक फंड ने परफॉर्म किया है 12%, दूसरे फंड ने दिया 10%. तो when I as a layman मैंने look, I said ये 12% वाला फंड ज्यादा अच्छा है, इसका रिटर्न 12% है, अगले का 10% रिटर्न है. बट वो 12% रिटर्न डिलीवर करने को वो फंड मैंने कितना रिस्क पोर्टफोलियो लिया हुआ है. वी ऑल गो बाय टिप्स. आई यूज्ड टू हियर कि ये स्टॉक ले लो. वाज एवरीथिंग दैट वेंट टू द मार्केट वाज डबलिंग. आई ब्रेक माय एफडी. आई डिप्लॉय द मनी इन दोस स्टॉक्स. ओके, दोस आर पेनी स्टॉक्स.
Hi Deepak, thank you for all the way traveling from Mumbai to Bangalore.
My pleasure.
So I would love to start with your career journey because I've heard that you start journey from a banking sector in 1995 and now you are managing the wealth of ultra HNIs, family offices of industrialist and Bollywood celebrities.
I started my journey very early in my life. I passed out 30 years back, like every other middle class boy. So it was my first job was Bank of Bahrain and Kuwait. आज भी याद है मुझे वो 4,600 का मेरी तनख्वाह थी, पहली तनख्वाह थी मेरी. And उस वक्त बहुत बड़ी तनख्वाह थी. And that's when I started my life. And of course, as I moved, kept moving, increments आती गई. And जब तुम्हारा बेस छोटा तो तुम इंक्रीमेंट भले तुमको 50% मिले या 100% मिले, whatever the amount is still small, right? But I think God's been kind. Yeah, when I moved to Times Bank, I got a substantial jump in my salary. I already had spent 15 years in banking, and I understood that the wealth management industry will be the next sunrise industry. That's going to happen. It's going to be the next big thing because when clients have money, there will be a need for advice coming in.
So I would love to come to the question, when you decided to start something of your own, then how did you what actually gave you the confidence?
I also want to advise the right thing to clients because what also happened, Aditi, the whole idea of moving from banking to wealth management was to advise right to the client. But as you get in the business, as it becomes bigger, you also understand that there is a pressure to sell to the client than advise to the client.
True.
Today, wealth management, there are a lot of wealth management companies, right? बहुत सारे हैं और वो 2008 के बाद ही जोरी चालू हुई सबकी. You have very, very big boys. But what happens, there are RMs at very fat salaries, right? They also have to deliver their targets.
So just what are the usual salaries of RM and what kind of commissions they make?
तनख्वाहें बहुत बड़ी होती है because in private banking the monies are big and it could be even crossing 7 figure. Starting from 25 lakhs to 50 lakhs to a crore, maybe more. I mean, so depends on every wealth management company, कितने बड़ा portfolio तुम कितने बड़े clients तुम manage, कितना बड़ा size तुम, कितना बड़ा AUM तुम manage करते हो, उस हिसाब से salaries define होती है, उस हिसाब से targets तुमको होते हैं. You have to at least cross 2x or 3x of your target, right? So what do you end up doing? You also end up selling sometimes. हर टाइम एडवाइस नहीं होता है क्लाइंट को ना फिर. देन मुझे मेरा कमीशन बनाना है, मुझे मेरा टारगेट अचीव करना है, मुझे मेरा टारगेट पूरा करना है.
So just curious, right now, as you said, from like in banking, people get wrong advice because
no, I'm not saying you get wrong advice. I'm saying you get it's transactions.
It's more transactions. Yeah.
It's selling.
Yeah.
That happens.
So in banking, I agree that selling happens and there is a commission that is hidden. Now, as a retailer, if I go to bank, because I think a lot of people actually go to bank, then how come I can become that smart person कि वो मुझे fool ना कर पाए? What kind of questions I should ask as a retailer to those people, the people who are advising me, so that I am not missold?
Lovely question, Aditi, and I'll answer this.
Hmm.
So what happens when you go to a bank normally? आप कोई भी बैंक के कोई भी ब्रांच में चले, किसी भी बैंक में चले जाओ, पहले तो आपको जब भी आप फ्रंट लाइन में होते हो, when you go to the branch,
Hmm.
the first thing they try to sell you is insurance.
Yeah.
Am I right? Am I wrong?
Yeah.
Why do they sell you insurance? It's because that's the highest commission making product.
Range क्या होता होगा मतलब? I'm just curious.
Starts from anywhere from 5% goes to 30-35% commissions and maybe more. Okay. So
Okay, got it.
it's a very big range, but I'm saying, ठीक है, commissions is one thing, but it is about the right sale to the client. That's very important. It happens everywhere. I'll just tell you a small example. I was coming in the flight today to Bangalore. I was sitting next to a lady, and we just struck a conversation. Now, she said, Deepak, I'm working. She was coming to Bangalore for giving a training. She's in a medical company, right? Husband is working for Maruti Suzuki. ये अभी सुबह की बात है, फ्लाइट की बात है. 2.5 साल का बच्चा है उसको 4 इंश्योरेंस पॉलिसीज ऑलरेडी है. So I said, why do you take 4 insurance policies? I'm like, what is the thought? She says, one I've taken for the kid. वो LIC के एजेंट ने मुझे इंश्योरेंस पॉलिसी बेची है. I said, कितना प्रीमियम भरते हो? 70,000. I said, how many? 15 years. I said, how will that work for your kid? What is the thought process behind taking this policy? Why is insurance taken in the first place? She didn't have any answers.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, what happens, it's because of lack of financial acumen, knowledge, people end up buying what is told to them.
True.
So if they start reading a little bit about it, they can ask the right questions. कि मैं क्यों insurance policy मुझे बेच रहे हो?
When you were saying, about this part, ki, how can that person know? Just thought comes to my mind. It was like a very random thought. If anyone is going to the bank and they're not sure about is he a good advisor or not, you can record their voice and then maybe upload it on ChatGPT and ask him, hey, what do you think about this advice? I think at least somewhat ChatGPT would give you a little fair answer. Ki, what exactly is he thinking?
No.
It's just a thought. I don't know if anyone can
what,
implement it.
don't take immediate decisions.
Yeah,
Hear the
just-
person out. आप सुनो क्या बोल रहा है वो. Anybody who wants to sell you immediately कि सर साइन कर
Yeah,
लो, ये ले लो,
true.
ये ले लो, सुन लो पहले आप, समझ लो, come back, do a bit of R&D on this, because it's your hard-earned money.
Yeah, totally makes sense. I think cross questioning is the better way.
100%. The moment you figure out, mis-selling is rampant.
Yeah.
I also agree. But if you've come to know, because ये कॉल जाता है इंश्योरेंस कंपनी से या कोई डॉक्यूमेंट आता है आपके पास कि ये आपकी पॉलिसी आ गई, एंड इफ यू कम टू नो, पहले 15 दिन था फ्री लुक पीरियड, उसको बोलते हैं फ्री लुक पीरियड,
Yeah.
that you can cancel the policy in a free look if you've not been sold the right policy or if you've been missold, or if anything that happens 15 दिन के आपको पहले था जो अभी 30 दिन हो गए. It's a month. So within a month, if you come to know, you can always go and cancel that policy right away.
Now let's say if someone is running for like maybe 1 year or 2 year and it's like a 20-year policy. So the question that I've seen from a lot of people is, should I continue because for 2 years I've put money, or should I stop it and put that money in mutual funds? So now this is a
I'll answer the question.
calculation. It's a very,
I'll
very
answer the
tricky
question.
thing.
So what happens is, if you've already invested in the company, in the insurance product,
Yeah.
now depending on different products, now ULIP का minimum 5 साल होता है, lock-in period. There are lock-in periods that come
Yeah.
into insurance policies, right? ULIP's a 5-year lock-in minimum. Now assuming after 2 years you figure out कि यार ये तो मैंने गलत कर दिया,
Yeah.
अब मुझे नहीं भरना है, मुझे पैसे नहीं आगे भरने के लिए इसके, for whatever reasons, you could have your liquidity issues, coming in, or you may just suddenly realize कि यार this is just, why the hell am I paying this, right? You can always stop that. Okay, the cover that is there on you will be discontinued with immediate effect. Okay, it goes into something called the policy discontinuation fund, PDF. Okay, जहाँ पे वो पैसा पड़ा रहेगा, okay, 4% पे grow होगा, okay, and on completion of the tenure of the policy, so assuming it's a 5-year policy, आपने 2 साल भरा है, 3 साल के बाद और 5वें साल के बाद आप उस पैसे को निकाल सकते हो, लेकिन कुछ पैसा कटेगा नहीं उसमें आपका. If you want to restart the policy again, आपको लगता है 2 साल के बाद नहीं मुझे चालू करना चाहिए, मेरे को लिक्विडिटी बीच में क्राइसिस आ गया, मैं 2 साल नहीं भर सकी, so you have to pay the last 2 years premium and you can continue the policy again. You can also do that. और लगता है नहीं भरना है आपको, छोड़ देना है, just leave it. After the tenure is completed, lock-in tenure is completed, you can exit the policy, take the money.
So how does your investment allocation, like portfolio, looks like?
If you ask me it's about 60-40. My portfolio is large into funds, okay, and real estate that I have. Okay, so largely diversified into these two asset classes. Equities definitely is a larger part of the pie, but I invest in funds and I invest in largely into mid and small cap because that is very aggressive. And like I said, I believe in the India story, so that plays out beautifully. Ab dekho, if I jog a memory back, still remember 2000 2008 में जो crash आया था, January में जो crash आया था market का, the Sensex from 21,000 went down to 8,000. बराबर, उसके बाद 2008 के बाद ही wealth management industry बड़ा हुआ ना, right? उसके बाद ही सारा all these big boys started after 2008. You know, post the Lehman crisis, the entire wealth industry became very, very big. But at 8,000, a lot of people's money were wiped out. And there's nobody who could say that मैंने पैसे बनाए, मैं बच गया. नहीं, सबने पैसे डाले, सबके पैसे डूबे, मेरे पैसे भी डूबे थे.
True.
Even I lost a lot of money. And there's another story, right? I stay away from stocks because of that. So everybody made and everybody lost money in that. What happened? Post 8,000, कितना ही वैसा नीचे, कितना मार्केट टूटता था. I remember the Sensex started taking off at 2000 in 2002. 2-2.5 का सेंसेक्स होता था. 2002, हम हैं 2025 में. कितना हो गया? 22-23 साल. From 2,500-3,000 to 80 plus. Look at the journey of the Sensex. जब आप एक सीधे रास्ते पे जाते हो, स्ट्रेट ड्राइव मारते हो, आपको ब्रेकर्स बीच में आते हैं ना, तभी आप स्लो हो जाते हो ना. तो गाड़ी वैसे ही स्लो होती है. जब भी आपका मार्केट चल रहा है, दौड़ रहा है, तो ऐसा वक्त भी अगर ब्रेकर्स आएंगे, there will be volatility in the market. Do you stop trusting the market? No. You're looking at long term. आप long term देख रहे हो. जब भी आप फ्लाइट में जाते हो, now I came in the flight. Okay, whatever experience we've seen, Air India का, one off incident that happened. Like COVID was one off incident that happened. But otherwise, you know, you've taken the flight, it'll land. होना ही है उसको, बराबर. आप लिफ्ट लेते हो, 40वें माले पे जाओगे, पता है लिफ्ट 40वें माले पे जाएगी और वापस वही लिफ्ट नीचे आएगी. So why don't you have that confidence in the equity market? Have the confidence.
Yeah.
Have the confidence in the story that's going to play out, and believe in long term, because there are no shortcuts to creating wealth.
So now when you talked about, okay, this is a corpus, which like the power of compounding will take place after 20 years, but in between we do have our goals.
Absolutely.
And that actually breaks the power of compounding wala formula, the magic. So how one should plan? Like, for example, I think I would love to talk about your part also. Like when you started your job,
हाँ जी.
so from when did you start investing? Because I think we have been investing for a very long period of a time. So how has been your journey? Because obviously in between you would have also withdrawn it because of some important goals. So how did you navigate that? Because 20 years मेरे life में बहुत सारे experiences आ जाएंगे तब तक तो.
Like I use that. I'm into my 50s. Okay, I've already touched my 50s. So I think when I started looking at a house, I got married, I had kids. So I wanted to buy my own house. So that is how this SIP that I started doing and this investment that I started very early in my life helped me dig into it and helped me buying a house of my own. That happened, and of course that didn't allow me to stop. I always kept investing on the side. So whatever money came in after that as well, I kept investing because I knew markets would play out. But when you start picking up a fund, a mutual fund scheme, so what should a person ideally look at? He should look at his risk appetite. Okay, how much of risk I'm ready to take. So I think he or she should understand the risk appetite. उसका एक का बंदे का कितना है. He should also understand कि उसका investment objective क्या है fund investment करने का. What is his goals? Is he doing this to create wealth? Number one, उसका horizon कितना है, time horizon कितना है. Is he looking at 10 years, 15 years to build? Is he looking at 3 years? Then less than 3 years to 5 years, there's no point of putting into equities, right? Is he looking for his kids' education? Is he looking at his retirement corpus? Okay, so I think that questions have to be asked to yourself कि मैं ये पैसा क्यों लगा रहा हूँ, मेरा horizon कितना है, मैं कितना रिस्क लेने जाता हूँ उस पैसे के साथ. Okay, मेरे को funds decide कैसे करने हैं, how have the funds performed along with, because the 500 mutual funds आ जाए. There are so many categories of funds. There are flexi cap है, multi cap है, thematic funds है, hybrid funds है, large cap में अलग अलग variations आते हैं, small cap है, mid cap है, कितने सारे funds मेरे को. How do I pick up the right set of funds? So इसमें basically पिछला track record कैसा रहा है fund का, okay, how has it played across all market cycles, उसका up ratio down ratio कैसा रहा है, मतलब अगर benchmark ने, अगर सेंसेक्स ने इतना परफॉर्म किया है, उसको कितना बीट किया फंड ने. Okay. Has it beaten by 7%, 6%, 10%? when the market has gone down by say 20%, example जो हुआ था बीच में couple of months back, it went by 20%. How has it performed in the bear cycle? नीचे गिरा तो मेरा फंड कितना नीचे गिरा है? वो 12% से गिरा है, वो 14% से गिरा है, कि वो 8% से गिरा है, जब मार्केट 20% गिरा है. सो दिस इज वेरी क्रिटिकल टू अंडरस्टैंड. उस पर थोड़ा एनालिसिस करना, उसके लिए एक राइट फंड मैनेजर की, एक एडवाइजर की जरूरत पड़ती है. टोटल पोर्टफोलियो लार्ज मिड और स्मॉल में करूंगा और थोड़ा डेट में पैसा रखूंगा अपना. से 60-40 रखता हूँ मैं, 70-30 रखता हूँ, 70% इक्विटी 30% डेट में रखता हूँ. और मार्केट बहुत भाग गया तो मेरा पोर्टफोलियो सडनली कंपोजिशन चेंज हो गया, बिकॉज मार्केट भाग गया. वो पोर्टफोलियो 70-30 का वो चेंज हो गया, वो 70 से 90% पे आ गया पोर्टफोलियो मेरा, इतना बढ़ गया. सो उसको रीबैलेंस करना है आपको, करना चाहिए. लॉट ऑफ पीपल डोंट डू इट बिकॉज दे सेइंग चल रहा है ना, कमा रहा हूं पैसा, बट वो फॉल आएगा, जब करेक्शन आएगा तब क्या होगा. सो जो आपने स्ट्रेटजी सोच के रखी है ना, यू स्टिक टू दैट स्ट्रेटजी. अ लॉट ऑफ educated clients do this.
Coming back to when you told about those downward ratio and upward ratio, is it right? Or up?
हाँ, basically आपका benchmark से कैसा beat करता है? Is it how much percentage has my fund performed against the benchmark?
Yeah.
And as a benchmark, it's the market basically. अगर market ने अगर 20-15% deliver किया तो मेरे fund ने कितना? How much of over exceeded it is done?
Yeah.
When I look down, अगर मार्केट नीचे गिरा है 10% से या 12% से, तो मेरा फंड कितना कम गिरा है.
Got it. So this is told by which ratio one should look into.
So
for
basically
that.
sharp ratios, the higher the sharp ratio the better. इसमें क्या होता है, अगर मैं आपको दो चीज बताऊं अदिति, एक फंड ने परफॉर्म किया है 12%, दूसरे फंड ने दिया 10%. तो when I as a layman मैंने look, I said ये 12% वाला फंड ज्यादा अच्छा है, इसका रिटर्न 12% है, अगले का 10% रिटर्न है. बट वो 12% रिटर्न डिलीवर करने को वो फंड मैनेजर कितना रिस्क पोर्टफोलियो लिया हुआ है. He would have had a very risky portfolio. Achieve the 12%, means giving examples here, 12 and 10. Okay, तो बेसिकली वो फंड मैनेजर ने इतना रिस्क वोलेटाइल पोर्टफोलियो बनाया हुआ है फंड के अंदर कि वो जब ऊपर जाएगा तो उसने 12% डिलीवर किया, नीचे का तो ज्यादा नीचे जा सकता है. जबकि एक 10% वाला जो पोर्टफोलियो है वो कम रिस्की है, बट उसे 10% डिलीवर किया है. जो नॉर्मल लेमैन को समझ में नहीं आएगा, वो देखेगा 12% दिया है, ये 2% ऊपर मैं आ जाऊंगा. बट वो आपको जो एनालिसिस करता है ना, दैट अ फाइनेंशियल प्लानर कैन हेल्प यू डू इट, कि ये पोर्टफोलियो में कितना रिस्क है और ये कितना स्टेबल फंड.
So now I would love to talk about your real estate part. As you told that you believe in buying house. So I think after marriage you bought your first house at the age of 33.
हाँ जी.
So when you bought your house at this age, people think about, should I buy 1 BHK, 2 BHK, 3 BHK? Because the moment you add one more room, the cost also, the amount of EMI also adds up.
हाँ जी.
So at that point in time, because you're not sure about family also, how many kids one should have, like how many kids they will have. So how one should think about planning, like when they're buying a house, how one should approach this?
Lovely question, and I think I'll answer that from the heart because it happened with me as well, Aditi. I think real estate is something that is always out of reach, right? आप जब तैयार होते हो मेंटली 1 बेडरूम लेने के लिए, आपको लगता है कि मैं शायद 2 बेडरूम ले लूं. इज इट राइट? पहले तो 1 बेडरूम लेना तो सोच आनी. 1 बेडरूम रीच में आता है, मेरे नहीं आता है. ओके, अगर वो तैयार है, उसके लिए पैसे तैयार है, तो मैं 2 अपग्रेड करूं क्या अपने आप को, आज लूं क्या कि रुक जाऊं 2-3 साल और. पर आप अगर देखोगे, और ये मेरे साथ भी हुआ है, ओके, और बहुत करीबी से हुआ है, कि व्हेनेवर आई वेटेड कि चलो यार 2 का 3 लेना है या 1 का 2 लेना है, इट इज ऑलवेज अ स्ट्रेच. वो एडिशनल रूम बहुत स्ट्रेच लगता है हमको आज. ओके, बट अब यही 3 साल 4 साल के बाद देखोगे ना कि बोले अच्छा ले लिया मैंने, बिकॉज आप ये समझो कि आपकी तनख्वाह भी बढ़ने वाली है, आपकी इनकम भी तो बढ़ने वाली है. तो आज वो स्ट्रेस लगता है, पर 3 से 5 साल के बाद वो बहुत अच्छा लगेगा कि अच्छा ही ले लिया, बिकॉज वो 3-5 साल के बाद जब आप सोचोगे और बड़ा लेने को, अब वो आपकी पकड़ से और दूर चला जाएगा.
It reminds me of Shah Rukh Khan's line when he said, I bought an expensive house because it's Mannat, it's very expensive, so that I'll make sure that I'll work hard. Because now I have a huge responsibility. So now this liability will also make me sure that I'm working hard.
How true. Because वैसे ही होता है जब आप स्ट्रेच कर लेते हो ना, यू गो ऑल इन. ओके, बिकॉज एक घर एक ऐसी चीज है ना, you liquidate and you put everything in the property because it's your own house you're taking. You know, it's a very emotional call that you take.
Now, lastly, I want to talk about your experience of handling two types of clients, because you handled retail clients and you are handling HNI clients. What exactly the difference in their mindset, the way they approach their money?
So I think HNI, ultra HNI clients look at money very differently. To look at a couple of things they see. They look at how to preserve wealth. See, one is about wealth creation, one is about wealth preservation. Also, what I see they do differently is they start educating the kids at a very young age. So what happens is, you know, when you sit on the portfolio review with clients, they'll get their children, the second generation, the
Yeah.
third generation to come and sit. So education is very important in their families. कि भाई देखो पैसा पैसे को बनाता है और कैसे बनाते हैं और how money is supposed to be deployed, educate. So that happens at very young age. They also discuss about where the investments are done. अब एक नॉर्मल अगर मैं देखूं रिटेल क्लाइंट का तो यू नो वन इज ए वो अपने जिंदगी में इतना मसरूफ रहता है भागता है ही इज रनिंग विद यू नो 9 to 5 जॉब उसकी है नौकरी करता है या बिजनेस अपना चलाता है तो ही इज वेरी वेरी बिजी तो दिस टेक्स अ बैक सीट तो इन्वेस्टमेंट दोस्त को पूछ लिया तो आपने तूने का इन्वेस्टमेंट किया है बैंक में चला गया किसी ने उसको इन्वेस्टमेंट बोल दिया तो उसने कर दिया वहाँ पे यू नो सो मेनी टाइम्स आई हैव सीन यू नो अनफॉर्चुनेटली आई हैव सीन दैट in case of untimely demise of the person, the family doesn't know कहाँ पैसा डाला हुआ है. Investments कहाँ है, cover है तो कितना cover है वो पता नहीं है. So I think it is very important for a normal client to discuss it with his family. वो investments कहाँ करता है, उसका cover कितना है. So they always believe in having liquid money with them because that always can be deployed at the right time when the time is right to deploy the money and take advantage of maybe a market situation or a real estate. Now, अगर आपने देखा कोविड में बहुत सारे transactions हुए properties के because property markets went down. Equity market went down, property market went down. So there were a lot of good deals coming at very cheap valuations. So a lot of buying happened in luxury real estate
Yeah.
because they had cash at disposal.
So I just have one question because I experienced it personally. Like I'm a person who used to, invest on a regular basis.
हाँ जी,
Okay, so it's always invested. The
हाँ
money
जी,
is always invested.
हाँ जी,
Now the thing is that when market goes down, most
हाँ,
of the people don't have cash because in COVID times when I asked a
हाँ
lot
जी.
of people, this like we didn't have enough cash. I
True,
would have
true.
invested
Agree.
that.
Absolutely, I agree.
So
So if you, you know, I've said this earlier also. Okay, you always should have something in liquid. That's called emergency money.
Yeah.
That money is always there. A, for emergency purposes. B, because when such situation arises, you can deploy some money. Now, I'm not saying deploy the whole money when the market goes down because you don't know how much of percentage it will keep falling.
Yeah.
So whenever you have a fall, when you have a downside of the market, an opportunity to enter at a lower timing in the market, you start deploying small amounts. A is a SIP. That's the best thing to do because एक strategically हर महीने मेरा पैसा निकलता
Yeah.
रहता है and incremental SIP कर रहा हूँ जो मैंने बताया आपको अभी. But हमेशा एक पैसा थोड़ा 10 से 15% हमेशा लिक्विड में होना चाहिए. That's called emergency money. 20% जो भी जितना भी आपको रखना है वो पैसा तब काम आता है जब भी आपको opportunities मिलती है.
now I have like a two quick questions from you. First on term insurance and the second is on health insurance. But first we'll talk about term insurance. How much coverage one should have? Like as a okay, so I'll put up a situation. A 30-year-old guy, he's
Sure.
let's say married.
हाँ जी.
Now, right now he doesn't have a kids. But maybe in future he will have a kids. So how one should plan? Because once you, I think, lock a term insurance policy, it is for forever. How one should calculate the amount?
So how you build it up, Aditi, is so assuming I'm 30-year-old and I'm going to live for hopefully another good 50 years because life expectancy is only going up. Right. Medical advancements are happening today.
Yeah.
You know, लोग की उम्र बढ़ रही है. Average life expectancy has gone up
True.
to 74, 75 years today. Right. I have to cover myself at least up to 85 years. 85 के बाद जो भी आया बोनस है मेरे लाइफ में and after I think once you reach 85 you don't require money. You've hopefully made money. जैसे आपकी उम्र बढ़ती है 30 से आप 40 में एक बार चले जाते हो आपका इंश्योरेंस प्रीमियम उतना ही बढ़ता है. आप 50 के हो जाते हो it goes way higher. So as you start becoming elder and you take insurance late, the more late you take, the more expensive is what you get. So what I always see is that आज अगर मैं एक X amount कमा रहा हूँ, okay, मेरी इतनी सैलरी है, मुझे कवर कितना लेना चाहिए? At least a thumb rule says 10 times of your current income should be a cover.
Now coming to the health insurance part, which is most important, how much coverage one should have for health insurance?
I think you can't define a cover. It all depends on the individual. if I say a Uber luxury guy, you know, जो एक मर्क अब बीमर में घूमता है, he will want to definitely go to a Uber luxury hospital. The best, when you go to a Uber luxury hospital, आपका बिल भी उतना निकलता है, तो आपको कवरेज भी उतना होना चाहिए, which covers the able to cover the bill. So I think to each his own. I'm not going to put a definite pointer to it, but I think cover होना जरूरी है.
I would love to go back to the line that you said, ki, investors make money. If you are invested for a long time, you will make money. And but the question is that when we do a job,
हाँ जी.
and a lot of people think, okay, with job you can't build wealth, or
Hmm.
it's very impossible. So what's your take on this? Like, why they, because we have interviewed a lot of people
हाँ जी.
where we have seen like people who are doing corporate job, they're able to build a corpus worth like 4 crore plus, 5 crore plus, but there are few people who are not able to build that. So what exactly the difference between these two kind of people?
I think lifestyle.
Hmm.
Okay. What happens is, assuming I'm drawing a lakh of rupees,
Yeah.
example, मेरे को हर साल इंक्रीमेंट आती है.
Hmm.
कोविड को छोड़ दो, कोविड तो was a complete out of the
Yeah.
box thing, right? बट वैसे अगर मैं देखूं तो मेरे को 10-15% तो एक बेसिक इंक्रीमेंट आती है हर साल.
True.
कभी 20% आती है, कभी जॉब छोड़ता हूं तो कम से कम 30% पे ऊपर जाता हूं, हाई जाता हूं.
Hmm.
40%, 50% कभी,
Yeah.
depending on the chances I take in my life, right?
Mhm.
Assuming I get that incremental thing in my life, what happens in a normal scenario? I'll tell you there are two scenarios that happens, right? One is salaries do not create wealth.
Hmm.
It changes lifestyles.
True.
तो आज अगर मैं एक सैलरी ड्रॉ कर रहा हूँ, ओके, मैं एक एक्स लाइफस्टाइल मैनेज कर रहा हूँ, ओके, मैं एक गाड़ी चला रहा हूँ, मैं एक घर में रेंट पे रह रहा हूँ, अज्यूमिंग मैं 2 बेडरूम हॉल में रह रहा हूँ, 1 बेडरूम हॉल में रह रहा हूँ, डिपेंडिंग ऑन विच एरिया आई एम स्टेइंग अगेन इन. एक गाड़ी चला रहा हूँ, एक ये कर रहा हूँ, आज मेरी सैलरी बढ़ जाती है, इंक्रीमेंट आती है, सैलरी बढ़ती है, मेरी लाइफस्टाइल चेंज होगी. आज मैं अगर 2000 की टी शर्ट पहनता हूँ, एग्जाम्पल, तो मैं 3,500-4,000 की टी शर्ट पहनना चालू करूंगा. मैं अपने जूते थोड़े महंगे लूंगा. मैं I'll start going to a better restaurant. I'll upgrade myself there. I'll add a trip. एक फॉरेन ट्रिप तो मेरा बनता है एक साल में, एक हॉलिडे बनता है मेरा, वो ऐड कर दूंगा, राइट? ये सब चीजें, मैं एक अच्छी गाड़ी लेनी है मुझे, एंड दैट हैपेंस, द ग्रेजुअल शिफ्ट विल हैपन एज योर इनकम स्टार्ट्स इंक्रीजिंग. So you also increase your spending capacity. Your lifestyle changes. So I always say, salaries change lifestyles. Salaries don't create wealth. Wealth creation is very different. And that can also happen with salaried employees. एक बहुत ही क्लियर फिलॉसफी है SIP की, कि मैं एक इतना पैसा कमाता हूं, मेरे इतने खर्चे हैं, एंड खर्चे तुम्हारे हाथ में. आई एम नॉट सेइंग बी वेरी फ्रूगल, बट बी रियलिस्टिक इन स्पेंडिंग. और इतना पैसा, एक्स पैसा मेरा, और कोई 10% करता है सेविंग, कोई 20, कोई 30, कोई 40, कोई 50% सेविंग करता है, ओके. और एवरी ईयर जो मुझे इंक्रीमेंट आती है, why don't you also increase your SIP by that percentage? As simple as that. तो अगर मेरे को 10% इंक्रीमेंट, 10% मैंने SIP बढ़ा दी, 15% इंक्रीमेंट, तो 15% SIP बढ़ा दी मैंने, 12% बढ़ा दी. अगर मैं 30% हाइक पे कहीं जाता हूं, तो एटलीस्ट 15-20% तो SIP बढ़ाऊं अपनी. तो look at SIP as a expenditure, not as an investment. Because if you look at it as an investment, you know that pool is getting bigger, compounding हो रहा है, पैसे बढ़ रहे हैं, कॉर्पस बड़ा हो रहा है. एक हमेशा दिल करेगा, कैन आई डिग इनटू दैट, एक गाड़ी बड़ी खरीद लेता हूं यार, पैसे तो पड़े मेरे पास, चलो मैं एक हॉलिडे मार के आता हूं. नहीं, दैट इज बेसिकली यू आर क्रिएटिंग दैट कॉर्पस फॉर योर रिटायरमेंट, फॉर योर किड्स एजुकेशन. So look at it as an expenditure.
With respect to your journey, I mean, I think 25 years of corporate journey,
And 5 years of my entrepreneurship.
5
yes.
years of an
30 years.
entrepreneurship, and definitely you have been investing for almost 25 years also
Sure.
in mutual funds. So definitely you would have made some mistakes, I'm assuming.
Lots
that.
of mistakes.
Yeah. So could you talk about any mistakes that you have made, so we'll make sure that we will not make?
Sure, I will. So I think I will say, since you asked me this question, I'll be extremely candid in answering this. I had sold, my dad had another property, okay, and मैंने वो property 2007 में बेची थी, okay. I will not reveal the location, but it was another property. वो मैंने बेच के वो पैसे आ गए थे मुझे, okay, because I wanted to exit the property and reinvest into another property. Property का पैसा property में आया था वापस, right? because there's another asset I wanted to build. और वो पैसा मैंने FD में रखा था, and I'm talking about 2007 days, right? And I kept into FD so that I don't want to play in the market because it has to be redeployed into another property till I find another property. So that happened in 2007. I remember I was in Stanchart and the markets were on a roll completely, right? Equity markets तो ऊपर चढ़ रहे थे, तेजी थी मार्केट में, और मुझे भी काफी लोगों ने बोला तू क्या कर रहा है, पैसे डाल दे, लुक एट द वे द स्टॉक्स है, और मुझे भी वी ऑल गो बाय टिप्स. वो जमाने में मैं 20 साल पहले की बात कर रहा हूँ, तो 18 साल पहले की, तो वो टिप मुझे भी आए थे कि यार ये ले लो स्टॉक, ये ले लो स्टॉक, पीपल गिव यू टिप्स एंड ऑल ऑफ दैट. सो या दैट केम टू मी एंड आई यूज्ड टू हियर कि ये स्टॉक ले लो सर, ये स्टॉक ले लो, ये बढ़ जाएगा. एंड आई एक्चुअली मॉनिटर, मैंने 4-5 टिप्स सुने, मॉनिटर किया, देखा तो पैसे बढ़ गए, बिकॉज एनीथिंग दैट वेंट टू द मार्केट वाज डबलिंग. सो ग्रीड इवेंचुअली ओवरटेक मी एज वेल. आई थॉट यार ये पैसे जो पड़े प्रॉपर्टी के, जो डाले मैंने एफडी में, इसको निकाल के मैं डालता हूँ मार्केट में, ये भी पैसे 2-3 गुना हो जाएंगे, फिर एक बड़ी प्रॉपर्टी आ जाएगी. सो very extremely foolishly, like I said, greed overtook me as well. I break my FD, I deploy the money in those stocks, okay, and those are penny stocks those days. I mean, I took that call, a very stupid call, but I think that teaches you a lot in life. So वो मैंने किया, मैंने डाल दिया स्टॉक्स में पैसा. वो 2008 में मार्केट 21,000 गया, तो मैंने देखा अरे मेरा पैसा बढ़ गया. उसके बाद जो मार्केट गिरना चालू हुआ, and though I was in banking, I spoke to a couple of fund managers. Said no, stay invested. एक बारी लगी 16,000 में निकाल दूं पैसा, but they said stay invested, so I will stay invested, and finally the market is 8,000. So the entire property money was wiped out. Okay, or what I got was barely 10% of what had of the.
So you've withdrawn at the time of at the lowest point.
I withdrew because
at the time.
Yeah, because it was penny stocks. Not those premium stocks. Okay, and I blew my money off. So my wife always tells me, "Tu ek property खा गया हमारी." That always she always tells me, taunts me, कि तू एक property, because it's not your property, it's the dad's property. You sold it off. So that is exactly. I mean, but that's not a mistake, that's a blunder I made, right?
Yeah, I think it was an insightful session. I really enjoyed it. I learned a lot. Thank you so much for coming us, and
thank you, Aditi, for having me on this podcast.
Yeah, thanks.
It's a pleasure discussing with you. Thank you so much.
Same. Thanks.